Breaking developments tonight in the Middle East. Tensions between Iran and Israel have escalated dramatically following a new wave of missile exchanges that analysts say may have tested the limits of Israel's advanced air defense system, known as the Iron Dome. According to regional reports, multiple projectiles were launched toward Israeli territory late at night, triggering air raid sirens across several cities. While Israeli defense officials maintain that the majority of incoming threats were intercepted, some analysts suggest that the sheer volume of the barrage may have placed unusual strain on the defense network. The Iron Dome, widely regarded as one of the most sophisticated missile defense systems in the world, is specifically designed to detect, track, and intercept short-range rockets. It calculates which projectiles pose a real threat to populated areas and neutralizes them mid-air. For years, it has been considered a critical pillar of Israel's national security. However, defense experts often note that no system is impenetrable. In high-intensity scenarios involving simultaneous launches, even advanced systems can face operational pressure. This latest escalation comes amid already heightened tensions between Tehran and Jerusalem. Diplomatic relations between the two sides have been strained for years, largely due to disputes over regional influence, military presence, and nuclear development concerns. The situation intensified after recent military actions that both sides describe as defensive responses. Each government has accused the other of provocation, further deepening the regional standoff. Meanwhile, in Washington, political reactions have begun to surface.
Former President Donald Trump addressed the situation during a public appearance, emphasizing the need for stability while also criticizing what he described as ineffective leadership in managing global tensions. Trump has historically taken a strong stance in support of Israel's security while advocating for assertive foreign policy measures. Reports indicate that discussions surrounding a potential ceasefire have emerged behind closed doors. While no official agreement has been confirmed at this stage, diplomatic sources suggest that international mediators may be attempting to de-escalate the conflict before it expands further. The question now facing regional observers is whether this latest exchange represents a temporary spike in hostilities, or the beginning of a broader confrontation. Military analysts caution that continued missile exchanges could significantly alter the strategic balance in the region. A sustained escalation could draw in additional actors, increasing the geopolitical stakes. At the same time, humanitarian concerns are mounting. Civilian populations on both sides remain on high alert, with emergency services mobilized in anticipation of further developments. For now, officials continue to monitor the situation closely. But as tensions remain high, the global community is watching carefully, aware that even limited confrontations in this region can carry worldwide implications. As international attention intensifies, questions are now being raised about the broader strategic implications of this confrontation. Security analysts point out that missile saturation tactics, where multiple projectiles are launched simultaneously, are often designed to test and potentially overwhelm defensive systems. While Israel's Iron Dome remains operational and highly effective by global standards, experts emphasize that sustained pressure scenarios can create complex battlefield challenges. Still, Israeli defense authorities have reiterated that the system continues to function within expected operational parameters. Official statements maintain that interception rates remain high and emergency response teams are fully mobilized. Beyond the military dimension, the political impact of this escalation is equally significant. In the United States, the situation has entered political discourse, with former President Donald Trump commenting on the need for strong deterrence and decisive leadership. Trump has long positioned himself as a staunch supporter of Israeli security, and his recent remarks suggest that he views the current developments as part of a broader geopolitical power struggle. Meanwhile, discussions surrounding a potential ceasefire remain fluid. Diplomatic observers suggest that indirect communication channels may already be active. Regional intermediaries, along with international stakeholders, are reportedly exploring pathways to reduce tensions and prevent further escalation. However, ceasefires in volatile environments often face fragile conditions. Even minor incidents can disrupt diplomatic progress, particularly when trust between parties is limited. Another key factor to watch is regional involvement. Neighboring states are closely monitoring the situation, aware that prolonged instability could shift alliances, security arrangements, and economic conditions across the Middle East. Energy markets have also responded cautiously, with analysts noting that uncertainty in this region frequently impacts global oil pricing and investor confidence. From a strategic standpoint, Both Iran and Israel are likely calculating their next steps carefully. Military signaling, public messaging, and diplomatic positioning all play critical roles during periods of high tension. For civilians, however, the reality is more immediate. Air raid sirens, emergency shelters, and heightened security measures have become part of daily life in affected areas. Humanitarian organizations continue to stress the importance of de-escalation to prevent broader civilian impact. At this stage, the situation remains dynamic. No confirmed long-term ceasefire agreement has been announced, and officials on all sides appear to be balancing deterrence with diplomacy. The coming days may prove critical in determining whether tensions subside, or whether the region edges closer to a wider confrontation. For now, global leaders are urging restraint, emphasizing that stability in the Middle East carries implications far beyond regional borders. We will continue to follow developments closely and provide updates as more verified information becomes available. The world is watching, and the next move could shape the balance of power in the region for years to come.